Hey there, quirky folks and uncommon goods people. Fred Enda here with my entry for the Compostapalooza um, compost challenge. So, as kids, we're all taught what trash is and what isn't trash, but not all of us are really taught what recycling is and, to take it further, how to compost. As an 8th grade science teacher, I see this daily. A lot of my students understand what it means to throw something out, but don't understand why it's important to separate what's thrown out, and even more so, how that then relates to composting and turning things back into the environment. It's an important thing to teach folks when they're young, so we begin to get a sense of how we can better take care of our environment. So the idea I'm proposing is basically a worm garden. Now, ant farms, worm farms have existed for years. You can find them in many, many different catalogs. My idea is to propose a worm farm that takes more of a composting stance. So if you think of your general ant farm or ant garden, okay, you've got your ants kind of in between either plexiglass or another type of sheet with sand, okay, they build tunnels and such. Worm farms and worm gardens are very much a similar type of thing. Okay, you can put, of course, different materials in there, but my thinking is to actually design it to be an at-home compost product. So not only do you get the chance to watch worms work, you also get the chance to then take it a step further and turn it to a small amount of compost that can be used for home plantings. This has a lot of benefits, particularly for children and young folks in the family. You get to check out your worms in your little farm or garden, and then of course take the products of that compost and spread it out among seedlings or things that you're planting, okay, before you take them outside and actually do some gardening. So it would be a great waste to garden type of product. What would this need to include? Well, of course, you'd need your enclosure to be a little wider than kind of your standard ant farm enclosure. You'd want to provide it so that it would also allow maybe a series sheets on both sides of your enclosure to be pulled down. Worms tend to work best in the dark, and of course you could then roll them up or pull them up to check the worms out as they work. You need to supply some instructions to allow for home composting, and then you might also want to install some sort of top or build something in that allows for the worm garden and worm farm to be kept odor-free as you compost. Some of the materials that are released, okay, through those chemical reactions tend to be pretty odoriferous, so you'd want it to be as nice smelling, or certainly not incredibly smelly if it's going to be kept in the house and used as kind of a way to teach students about, young children, and older as well, about kind of sustainability and how to keep our environment prosperous. So there's my idea. Thanks a lot, and I hope we make it work. Thanks, quirks and uncommon goods folks. Talk to you later.